Now we come to the 12th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And at the beginning of this chapter, Arjun asks an important question. He says that who is better? The one who worships form, Krishna, the form, or the one who worships the invisible force, the unmanifest God? Arjun asks a question directly. Murt puja ya amurt puja? Srimad Bhagavad Gita addresses the question of form worshipping and abstract worshipping directly. There is no running away. There is no hiding. There is no camouflage here. Nothing. Very directly, Arjun asks कि मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? क्या ज़्यादा सही है? Should a person worship form or should a person worship the invisible force, God? And as we see, there are many ideologies in this world which claim that they are worshipping God in the abstract form, where any form of idol worshipping, when any type of form worshipping is prohibited. And we see even in those ideologies, with due respect, certain symbols have crept in. Even there, certain symbols, certain images have crept in, and people hold those images and they hold those symbols more pious. They worship those symbols. So even there, a kind of form worshipping exists. So it's a very important question, and a very, you can say even a very controversial question, because many ideologies claim कि हमारे यहाँ मूर्ति पूजा अलाउड नहीं है. अर्जुन ने ये सवाल बिल्कुल सीधे सीधे पूछा है भगवान से. Gita directly addresses the question of form worshipping and worshipping God in the abstract form. Krishna answers beautifully. Lord Krishna has answered effectively. Both the paths are correct. Both the paths are correct. We can go for idol worshipping. We can go for formless worshipping. According to Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the Sanatan tradition, both the paths are allowed. Both the paths are correct and both lead to deliverance. For mortal beings, it is easier to worship form. For ordinary people, it is easy to worship form. It is difficult to worship God in the abstract form. For humans, therefore, it is advisable to worship God in forms and shapes. One can concentrate and pray easily. So बहुत टेस्ट करने के लिए उन्होंने नहीं कहा है. बहुत दिक्कत होती है, सारे जीवनचर्या में लोग लगे हुए हैं, एकदम से याद करने में परेशानी होती है. सो यू कैन यूज अ फॉर्म. फॉर्म मेक्स इट इजी टू रिमेंबर गॉड. Bhakti Yoga is suitable for all, and even if one is not able to follow Bhakti Yoga, even just following the words of God in action is enough. Following the words of God in action is enough. Controlling of senses, controlling of self, that is the path. And then there is another path of pursuing knowledge. Meditation is again another path. There are so many paths. There are as many paths as there are human beings. Everyone has a unique path. One can choose according to one's inclination. In this tradition, Ishtadev is allowed. Every individual, every human being can worship God according to her or his inclination. There is no code, there is no compulsion. Between God and the human being, there is no barrier. We can approach God in the manner we want. We are free. The path of Srimad Bhagavad Gita frees a person, liberates a person, gives immense space to a person. Approach God in the manner you want. But approach you must. We should keep God in our mind and in our hearts. This is 13th and 14th, the shlok and the lines I like so much. He who nurtures no hate, envy or egoism, he who nurtures no hate, envy or egoism, who is gracious and compassionate, is staying the same in the face of pain and pleasure, who is tolerant, self-controlled, firm in his resolve, fixed in devotional practice, and whose mind and intellect are fixed on me, is dear to me. Is dear to me. Whatever path you follow, whatever technique you apply, you have to be gracious, compassionate, kind. You don't have to be you don't have to nurture ego or hatred, anger, that you have to give up. You have to be tolerant, self-controlled, firm in resolve, and fixed in your devotion. Fixed in devotion. And your mind has to be fixed on God. Such a person is dear to God, whatever path she or he follows. Krishna says that he likes a person who faces life with resolve and tranquility. With resolve and tranquility. बिना घबराए, विश्वास के साथ, दृढ़ निश्चय के साथ, बिना घबराए, दृढ़ निश्चय के साथ जो जिंदगी का सामना करता है, वो मुझे प्रिय है. The crux is that one should aim at God. The point is that we should not forget God. The rest of the things are to be taken equally, easily. It may seem to be a tall order. बड़ी बात है to remain firm, to remain tranquil. It is not easy. It is not at all easy. But my experience, my thought process tells me that one quality leads to the other. We don't have to be worried about the whole gamut of qualities. One quality leads to the other. It's a kind of a chain. Once we start on the path, we can move slowly. अपने आप रास्ता बनता चला जाता है. So this is the 12th chapter, and we will continue. Thank you so much.